air. The birds and the beasts were there. The old baboon by the light of the moon was combing his auburn hair. And the monkey, he got drunk and sat on the elephant's trunk. The elephant sneezed and fell on his knees, and that was the end of the monk.
That's going to be a reset. What? Just go. All right, I'll just go because Mike fucked it up for everybody anyway. Take a 3-second pause, and this will be for the audio only, folks. On a day where the producer forgot the cord to the camera that records our live video feed for you, the YouTube crowd, we're still going to bring you 90-ish minutes of great entertainment featuring the Tom Brady Dynasty, the Mayor of Middletown, and adult entertainment. There might be some beer. There might be some back and forth about the Patriots. There might be a lot of things going on tonight, but one thing that will not be going on is boredom as we lead you into tonight's episode of the Loki and Jabroni Show. Sit back, plug in, man up, and get ready for a 90-minute ride into the ecstasy of your soul.
Welcome, everybody, once again to a fine Tuesday evening live, the Loki and Jabroni Show in your face. My name is Loki, as always, and to my left.
I am not Brett Kavanaugh today. I am Jabroni, the redneck Adonis next to the Portugal Viking, the man who is back in the box, finally, but you can't see him like John Cena. His name is
Eddie Focus.
And everything is great. Glad to have you guys here. Always in the Valhalla Underground Studios. What's on your mind, real quick? If you got something to go around the table,
I guess I would have to. I know you're. I'll tell you what. Why don't you go off on yours because I know what you're going to go for.
Yeah,
first.
That would probably be a good thing. If you want to take,
I already know what you're going. I already know where you're going.
This is probably the biggest story of the week.
I fucking love it.
I think it's great.
Honestly,
I think it's ignorant, but I'm going to run with him.
No, I don't think it's ignorant at all. I think it's perfect. I think it's perfect. So, the president hosted a dinner for college basketball team, right?
College football, Clemson Tigers. By the way, stop. Before anybody goes on, if you win the national championship, you are the best. Don't listen to Alabama fan. If you win the national championship, whether you be Alabama, Notre Dame, Ohio State, Michigan, you are the best. Go on, Eddie.
At least for this season.
Fuck Roll Tide. Stop.
It's your season until you lose next year.
Exactly.
You missed my missing teeth. Roll Tide.
Now, the government.
You and Conrad Thompson.
The government being shut down means that the executive branch cannot spend money.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Therefore, it couldn't be properly catered as it has in the past.
Mm-hmm.
So Donald Trump bought a shitload of fast food, probably like $600 worth of fast food.
There was some salads there.
He got everything. Salads.
There was
Big Macs,
McSalads.
Pizzas. There was pizzas. No, because he went to Burger King. He went to
Wendy's,
McDonald's. Did he go to Pantera Bread, which is my favorite?
No, that's not in the budget. You
All right.
No, dude, it's like $600 for just one salad.
He's not accepting a fucking salary. Maybe he would spring a little bit for Pantera Bread. I don't know.
I would think so.
So no, there's this whole fucking smorgasbord spread of fast food. He gets and first of all, you know him. He's tweeting and saying, "What do you say, burger or whatever."
Yeah,
whatever. He's fucking Donald Trump. Dude is fucking happy as a pig in shit. Going, this is great food, great American food. They're gonna eat a lot. I want to see what's gonna be left, and they fucking ate it all.
Oh, they did.
Of course, free food is free food. But I gotta mention that when I first saw that picture, I thought it was Photoshop Jones, and I mistakenly, without reading an article, I said that's gotta be fake, and people launched out at me today like I was Lee Harvey Oswald walking through the tunnel, and everybody's Jack Ruby, but I'm the only Lee Harvey Oswald. They're like, no, here's the story. And they're CNN, New York Times, Washington Post, which you know is the only news source that I think is credible in America. And I'm just, they're sending me story after story from every fucking major newspaper. I'm like, well, I guess it's true. I stand corrected, which you guys know I always do. You got me.
Fucking
I'm
classic.
fucking wrong.
Oh,
fucking classic, those in front of the portrait of Abraham Lincoln.
Right?
Okay,
Abraham Lincoln,
all right.
Big Macs.
They had silver serving trays too. That was the fucking other part, man.
Oh, he broke out the White House best.
Nothing makes a quarter pounder with cheese classier than a silver serving fucking tray. In fact, the other night I went and got something off that 2 for $5 gimmick, and I brought it to Angela on the silver serving tray, and she was like, "Oh, it was all good."
Most of the people I know, who are mostly left-leaning people, are motherfucking.
Dude.
But
you
let's
should
put
read
it in
some of the
perspective.
fucking comments.
I
They
know.
are ignorant and they are stupid. One person turns around and goes, "The Clemens football team should be ashamed of themselves."
Clemson.
Clemson
No
football
worries.
team should be ashamed of themselves for accepting this food. This was their chance to stand up and be role models for kids and not eat disgusting food.
This might be the earliest I've ever hit the button, but can I hit the button?
Oh, sure.
Horse shit! You're invited to the fucking White House.
Now,
just
like
enjoy the moment.
loved
Go
it.
ahead.
Like I said, let's
They ate it, didn't they?
They loved it.
Let's put this into perspective, okay? So a lot of people are hating on him, okay? But it's good on so many levels. One, they easily would have spent $15,000 catering the fucking thing, if not more.
Easily.
Okay? He has broke it down to maybe, I'll say $1,000 at the most in fast food.
Give or take.
You're lucky.
2. Okay.
I think
Wait.
you
You
like
gotta remember,
$600, dude.
right? These are
I'm
some
sure.
big
I'm
ass
telling you,
guys. It
I'm
might be
telling
I brought up a good point.
$600 to $800.
Right now, it's 2 for $5
Yes.
for 10-piece nuggets, Big Macs, quarter pounders, fillet of fish.
The
I'm
whole
sorry.
nine. Yes, the whole
It's
nine.
fucking great.
Fuck
Now,
yeah, dude.
Did they get sauce?
I don't know.
Well, see, there we go.
Actually, for every 10-piece, you're supposed to get 2 sauces.
That's
So if they refused him sauce, I'd be like, bullshit.
great. Uh-huh.
I'm the fucking president, bitch. Give me the sauces.
Oh, dude, and Secret Service has to pick the sauce.
I bet you
Right?
he got Saskatchewan sauce.
All right, now,
Oh, the secret
I
gimmick
bet you
sauce
he
that
did.
everybody went
So-
nuts over?
Yeah.
now these kids,
Right.
okay, they're not professional athletes yet, but they're getting there. They're at that level.
Very
Oh, no.
close. Very
They're
close.
on a strict.
Where they are the screw level. They are expected to pull out these amazing feats every
Yes.
week and not get paid a fucking dime.
Depending
Not
on who you
take
listen to.
royalties.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That's another show for another time.
Yeah.
But now, think about it. These guys they're in that phase where like, I'm only going to eat this. I'm only going to do this. I'm going to do this. You've won the championship. Give me the fucking cheeseburgers. That's what they're
Right?
thinking right now.
They're going to shit that shit out. That'll be good.
If you look
We got it.
behind you to that great man that you have on the wall who loves to consume his chipwich after
Yes,
After a
kicking
fight.
someone's ass,
Right. Blair
it's
Tugman.
the same thing.
absolutely.
Now, the greatest part of all, okay? And now you can even include the WWE footage of Trump clotheslining someone. This is historical presidential footage.
Yes.
And it's in front of Abraham fucking Lincoln.
That is the best part.
Oh,
That is the absolute
my
fucking
Lord. Yeah, really.
Okay,
I'm with you.
whatever. Hate the man, love the man. This is fucking great.
Does it matter at the end of the day, though?
Now,
No.
the only argument that I think is valid, and someone I know brought this up. This is a man that owns steakhouses
Yes.
who could have gotten free food brought in,
Uh-huh.
granted. However, if he had done that, he would have gotten accused of letting his business interfere with the
Here's-
presidency.
Oh, no. Great point.
Let me
Great point. Go
play
ahead.
Trump's advocate on this one. I know.
Wait.
But-
Is
but-
that
but-
different than the devil's advocate?
It is.
All right.
It is.
This, you know what? This is that Dallas Cowboys shit going to your head because just 2-3 weeks ago it was fuck Trump,
Oh no, I got exercise from that.
We'll work on that in a minute.
The Dallas has been removed from my system. Anyways, you could tell he was excited. He was happy. Like he was genuinely like he was excited for these kids to come walking through this door and see all that McDonald's. He was like,
they don't get that. They don't get that during the regular season.
They're gonna love this. They're gonna love this. Like
it's gonna be huge.
So yes, he could have grabbed steaks, and yes, he could have done that. But no, I think
he would have gotten accused of something.
In his heart of hearts, I truly and deeply believe that he thought that was the best way to go. I really do. I really think
Go ahead, Ed.
He made it work during a shutdown. I think that's the important part.
Yeah,
he was like. It's like, I know what they're going to do. They're trying to push me to stop the shutdown so I can feed these kids. Well, fuck that. I'm getting fast food.
Yeah. Exactly.
But trust me, these kids probably, because they can't eat this stuff during the season because they're on the strict training regimen, is going to take the Wendy's, the Burger King, the McDonald's, the Taco Bell, the KFC, whatever
did you see
he had in front of him. I did not.
It's one dude I
just saw the picture.
I'm like, dude, 3 Big Macs, a fucking salad, and then a Whopper on top of that.
Rock and roll, kid.
Fucking rocking out.
And think of this: they got to live the way we wish we could live, where we could have a burger from one place, the good fries from another.
Oh my God! Yeah. Preach on, brother. Focus.
And the salad from another place, because not all salads are equal.
Fucking they're not. Pies at the end of it all.
Amen.
All right. Do you got anything to wrap it up? Because we got to move on here.
Real quick, I just want to remind you guys, each and every week, leave your reviews on Apple Podcasts. We can't say iTunes anymore because it's Apple Podcasts or Apple Pies. 5 stars. Just let us know that you actually hear what we're saying and you want us to move up the ratings. 5 stars would be great, or you can be honest and give us 4 stars. That's fine. Also, don't forget www.lokiandjabroni.com. is our website. You can see everything that's going on with the show, and you can shop our great affiliates by the drop-down menu, support the show. Don't forget cafepress.com/Loki and Jabroni to get all of your fantastic Loki and Jabroni swag going forward. I really don't have anything on my mind this week, so I'm going to toss it over to Loki, who's going to take us to his What's on Your Mind before we get into topic number 1.
All right, so as if Philadelphia Eagles fans couldn't get any crazier or nuttier.
This is challenge accepted.
Andrew DeCarlis, if you're listening, this is for you, buddy.
Challenge accepted, and not only accepted, but brought on to the next level. Like, this bitch fucking anteed up by a buckfold.
Oh, my Lord.
So, there's this couple, very, very nice couple, a lesbian couple that decided that they wanted to go get away for the weekend because the pressures of the world got to them. So they rent a hotel room, and as they're at this hotel room, they're chilling and enjoying some drinks. The football lesbian, if you were, had one too many.
Did you just say the football lesbian?
Yeah.
Okay, rock on.
Yeah, because the other one wasn't too into football.
She said
she wasn't too much into football.
I got you.
But obviously the Eagles really pissed her off. Well, they pissed her off so bad that she ended up jumping her partner and started punching her partner in the face. Her partner then scratched her way away from her would-be assaultant, a.k.a. her partner, and started to proceed to run away. As she ran away, her partner then said, "If you run away, I'm going to kill your cat." Well, she ran away, and poor Pebbles went into the microwave. Now, there's a
caveat to this.
No, there is a little light at the end of the tunnel. It is
how
the start button was never pushed, so the cat,
Chinese vote. Never mind.
The cat was never fully microwaved. The buttons were all set to go, but it wasn't happening. So animal cruelty was put onto it. Assault was put onto it. She's spending some time in jail right now. So
wow.
Is there not something wrong with fucking people when my team lost or whatever gimmick was going on? Like, I'm gonna put your cat in the microwave. Who takes their cat on vacation?
I guarantee that's the type of person where if you try to tell them it's only a game, they stab the fuck out of you.
So yeah, exactly. And then quick wrap up on
Okay.
the Philly, real quick on the Philly front. Y'all, you ever see that site? Is it Boston Barstool Sports or something like that?
Unfortunately, I have.
So, but have you ever seen the guy that goes
the
on
worst
site?
amount of Sullys I'll ever see.
All right, but you know the one that
Yes.
goes on site all the time.
Oh
right?
yeah, I love his videos, whether or not I agree with him.
So he went down to Philly and bought an extra large fucking pizza.
Uh-huh.
And if you watch the video, he's like, "Check out these pizzas; these are awesome." And he's all, he's a Boston fan. He's all dressed up in Philly gear.
Right.
He goes, "Hey, now pass me a slice," and he has the slice go right through his hands.
Oh, the Alshon Jeffrey bit. Which is a great segue, by the way.
Dude, can I just tell you? Oh, I think I almost pissed myself. And the people, and it was so funny because he even said, "Look, there's no Philly gear nowhere. There's nobody wearing anything.
Right.
This is such a miserable fucking town right now."
Understood.
But
before we get into your topic, real quick around the table, because I want to leave your topic as the mountaintop. We had the Saints beating the Eagles, which I don't think if anybody watched that game, which I did.
We just talked about.
Yeah, obviously the Saints won. You had, oh my God. It was blowout weekend.
They came out with
a
stream, though, man. 14 unanswered points.
Oh, yeah,
at first.
and then 20 unanswered to win the game.
Yeah, exactly.
But the Saints played exactly how they should have played.
They play like they always play.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I almost feel like the Saints kind of sit back and they try to make their attacks, and if they don't,
the snake in the grass.
Right, exactly. It just kind of waits, pounces, waits. Oh, there it is. Now take advantage of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But
now you had the Colts against the Chiefs, which the Chiefs just
blowout.
Came out and killed them.
They beat the hell out
From
of
word
them.
one. I was getting
the
text
hell out of
messages from listener Chris Davies saying, "Are you watching this game?" It was on Saturday. I'm like, "No, I'm driving home from work. Here's the score. Here's the time." I'm like, "Yeah, there's no coming back from shit like that." Sorry, Chad Hatfield, loyal listener and Colts fan, but there's no coming back from that.
You guys sucked. Sorry, Colts sucked. They looked horrible.
Oh.
Next, of course, was the other blowout.
Yeah.
Oh no, you want? Hold on.
No, we're gonna save.
We're gonna do the Rams. Yeah, so we'll
do Rams. Let's go to that. Your pseudo season kind of ended. I watched that whole game.
I didn't watch it.
The Rams played amazing.
I was painting my miniatures. I
gotta give Dallas a little bit of credit. Dallas tried to come back, and they looked strong, but not strong enough. So the Rams win that game.
It's hard to win away in a playoff, man, which is why
it's hard to win if you're Dallas since 1995. Let's be honest.
And then our fun fact coming up, which was the other blowout.
Yes,
Patriots versus the Chargers. Obviously, these guys should have done.
It was a tight game for about 9 minutes.
For about for the first 9-minute drive.
Yeah,
exactly.
I think the Chargers drew first blood.
No,
and then
Patriots literally wasted half the clock of the first quarter on that first
You're
drive.
right.
They drove 90 fucking yards for 8 or 9 minutes off that clock.
Now,
dude.
and
that
then the
ridiculous.
Chargers came back real quick. It looked like it was going to be pretty level, and then
oh no, they couldn't.
Fucking Belichick, Brady,
Couldn't
the whole
stop 'em.
Island of misfit toys, which I've talked about for years.
Blew it up. They blew it up, man.
Too easy.
Can I just say this? If the Patriots roll into Kansas City and win next week, they will actually beat the Jets.
The Jets?
The Jets for away wins in playoff games.
I'm not. Oh, okay. I got you. I got you.
Took you a second, huh?
Yeah, it did.
All right, let me do some numbers for you. 2001. That's 18 years ago. Okay, that is got another number for you. 8. That is in consecutive AFC championships. Consecutive, people.
Continue on.
I believe it's 2 MVPs or 3.
3 in the divisional.
No,
the championship
overall MVPs. NFL.
Oh, NFL MVPs 3, Super Bowl MVPs twice. Divisional playoff MVP 4 times.
Easy. Yeah, exactly. So you
Putting
can
the
throw
clock
up there,
on now. Let's go.
You can throw up there anytime you want. So take all these numbers, and it's funny because I actually wrote something on Facebook, and it was
I loved it.
It was a little tribute to him because number one, there is a lot of hate going around for Tom Brady, and you know what? Go back a couple years and listen to our stuff, and we do the same thing. We bashed him just because.
Of course.
When somebody has, it's funny. Ice-T said the fuck. I love Ice-T. He's so fucking good, man.
His Twitter is great.
Isn't he fucking great?
You're talking about Twitter. I was going to go back to the body count album.
But one of his things that he said the other day is when you're on the bottom, nobody says shit. When you're in the middle, people fucking try to hold you back.
Mm-hmm.
When you're on the top is when you get all the fucking hate. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the straight how it is.
There's an expression: you'll never meet a hater doing better than you.
Right, exactly. And that's the absolute truth. Now, Tom Brady, think of what he's done over the years. In 2001, he took over. Yep.
Technical difficulties.
He took over the spot of what was supposed to be the quarterback of the future.
Oh, yeah.
For the New England Patriots. Drafted, was it 7th round? Fifth round.
Who,
right?
Brady?
Tom Brady, yeah.
6th round.
It was 6th round, like 211.
200 and change, yeah.
The guy was like a $180 walking through the door.
The best story or the best thing about Tom Brady is he's walking through the compound during training camp that year, and somebody says, "Who are you?" One of the higher ups, and he sees Robert Kraft, and Robert Kraft obviously says, "Draft Tom Brady," and he looks at the guy and says, "I'm the best decision you ever made." And clearly, 18 years later, we're still talking about Tom Brady. 18 years later, we're in 2019. He was drafted in 2000. He made his debut in 2001. Halfway through the season, we're still talking about Tom Brady. He is Joe Montana. He is Dan Marino. He is Johnny Unitas. The difference is he's better than all of them.
Now, everybody keeps bringing up the whole Joe Montana thing. You know, didn't throw an interception during the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Didn't need a kicker to win a Super Bowl. Blah blah blah. 8 consecutive AFC championships.
Not only that, if I can stop you, 8 Super Bowl appearances.
Yes.
He's 5 for 8. Which in baseball gets you in the Hall of Fame, first ballot, all the votes. But he's in football. He's got 5 rings. He lost 3 of those Super Bowls, twice to the Giants, once to the Eagles. He's the best.
Do you happen to know how many times the Falcons have went to the playoffs?
Offhand, maybe 9 or 10.
Because I could tell you the Vikings it's 26.
Okay.
Now, that's a good number.
Up until 99 or 98, I should say, which, by the way, this is the anniversary of us beating the Vikings with that superior fucking field goal from 43 yards out.
Yesterday was our
Morton fucking Anderson.
Yesterday was our Minneapolis Miracle.
Yeah, exactly. So many things. But the Falcons aren't that team you look at, and unfortunately, the Vikings in their 50-plus years aren't that team you look at. You have a better record than we do. But when you look at 2001 to 2019, which we are sitting in right now,
that's my point. The Patriots weren't that outstanding. Now take
anybody
that
out
number
there
again. Now do that again. That's 8 consecutive AFC championships, and since 2001, I believe they've been there. What, we're talking 18 years that he's been in the league.
They've never missed a playoff, but in that same stretch, they have only missed 4 times.
No, I thought they missed 1 playoff, and that was when Tom Brady was out, and they had
with
what's his name?
I
think it was either Castle or it was the other one. I love that shit. It was either Castle or the other one. I think it was one
was
season.
Was it Castle or Tebow? It's possible.
Yeah.
But 18 years, you miss one playoff?
No, that's what I'm saying. So think
hell of a run.
My point is this. For the 50 years that we've been there, 26 times we've made it to the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
That's, like I said, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
The Patriots have done 18, or no, let's say even 15. Because I might be off by 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Let's say they've been there 15 times in the last 18 years.
Amazing.
And out of that, 8 of them have been in a row for the AFC Championship.
The last 8.
Right. Now think of that. your team is so complete that you don't even worry about making it to the playoffs.
Patriot fan.
It's not even a thought. Me not making it to the playoffs this round. You know what I'm saying?
Same.
It was like,
Yeah, you know, I never worry about that.
As a card carrying Falcons fan, I'm happy to make the playoffs.
You know what?
right.
If we don't, I'm like, oh well, another year.
That sucks.
Yeah, no, it doesn't suck. We're like, oh well, another year. We'll get them the next year. We hope.
You know, there's something to be said about what you're saying right now because you guys know I don't usually watch the regular season.
Yeah.
I most certainly would only watch the playoffs if I did.
Right.
Because I don't have to think. The other games are just, you guys are in my way.
But I will say this,
That's kind of how I feel
year,
about it.
and because we've spoken about it on microphone, you did pay attention a little more this year. You did pay attention. You did watch some games.
Because of the
do your due diligence.
Pummeling the Eagles game. I'm like, this is fucked up.
Well, there was a lot of hatred coming into this league too. Obviously, the Patriots stuck around and they took the second seed, which was pretty fucking big because they didn't start off too strong. There was a lot of questions of, was this it? Should Tom Brady have even started this year? He wasn't looking very good. Gronkowski was very much hurt.
There's rumors about Gronk.
You know what I'm saying? Edelman, thank you, was just coming off that huge injury on his knee.
Yeah.
So they didn't know how well he was going to be.
That's probably why I pay attention more because of
Gordon.
Edelman.
Okay.
Gordon just went away for mental health issues.
Yeah.
AKA he's been fucking smoking the ganja and can't let it go anymore. So, there's a lot of things the Patriots went through this year, and to still get a number 2 seed, and then on top of it, to make it 8 years in a row. One of our mutual friends, Lee, said, you can, on my comment of the Patriots.
Yep. I read all of it.
You could keep that. I had the steel curtain and this, that, and the other thing.
Oh, it's not the same,
dude. It's not even in compare. Even what?
Because after the steel curtain, they fell off for 7 years.
And even what Montana did, I mean, this is 18 years going strong.
Think about that 49ers run. You had Super Bowl, a couple years of mediocrity, and then Super Bowl. So you win 2. You fuck up for about 4 years. You win 2 more Super Bowls.
Get some good drafts,
right,
and make it work out some trades.
You get shipped off to Kansas City, where you were a bucket of suck. You had 1 playoff appearance. You didn't do all that great. You were brought to Kansas City to be the savior, which you clearly were not. Kansas City fans, sorry to break your fucking bubble, but Joe Montana didn't do shit for your team except get you to the playoffs, and you lost in the first round. Sorry, not sorry. Thank you, fuck you, bye. Now, you want to talk about other teams? Let's talk about the Vikings. Let's go back to that 98-99 season. You remember who your quarterback was?
98,
the game you lost against the Falcons for that NFC Championship.
Was that one? That was Cunningham.
It was Randall Cunningham.
Yes.
You are exactly right. And he decimated. You guys were 14-2.
Oh yeah, he torched.
No,
the
I'm
league.
sorry, 15-1. The Falcons were 14-2. That was easily, when you look at it, when 1 and 2 play each other, it's fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Win or lose, you have to walk away going, you know what? We got bested by the better squad. With 5 seconds left, Morton Anderson, he was 109 then. He's got to be 704 years old now. Whatever. Gets that field goal.
He played on every team.
It doesn't matter. He did. He really did. He's like Ricky Henderson of the NFL. He played for every team. It was that moment where you went, the 2 best teams played each other, and
that was a barn burner, man. That was a barn burner.
I don't want to give Atlanta. I don't want to say Atlanta fan, Alabama fan any fucking love, but that's when you knew that the best team won.
Yeah.
I don't want record aside, whatever. The Giants that year they beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl the first time were a 9-17, but they were hungry and they were hot. Yes, they had some blips in the radar.
Well, you also have to remember they were littered with injuries, and people forgot that.
The Giants or the Patriots?
The Giants.
Okay.
Their offensive line was decimated at the beginning of that season. Towards the middle of the season, they came back and they started doing better, obviously. And then towards the playoffs, their full team and their full strength came out, and that's the reason why they had such a great team. You know, going forward to where we are now. Let me ask you this.
Hashtag it's Miller time.
It is. Personally, do you think Now it's funny because we recently talked about this on on a previous show about the whole
About 2 years ago. This time.
Well, not just Tom Brady. I'm talking about the whole Hollywood and control and shit like that.
Okay.
Do you think Tom Brady sold his soul to the devil?
No, I think Tom Brady is using his gifts. We all have gifts. There's something that we have to offer to the public or to the world in general that we give or we sit on, and it never reaches its fulfillment. I think Tom Brady understands what his gift is. He's a fantastic football player. I know 2 or 3 years ago about this time we did the Who's the GOAT. We mistakenly said it was Peyton Manning, and then Peyton Manning retires, and what does Tom Brady do? He goes on to
Keeps on going.
He goes on to 2 more Super Bowls.
Well, if you go back
wins
to that
1,
episode,
loses 1.
Listen to what we said.
He's still
if
going.
This ends today. If this ends now, we are taking Peyton Manning as the man.
At that time,
right? Exactly.
I would buy it.
Exactly. And at the time,
but he retired the next year.
Even Alexa changed her mind.
Big head cocksucker.
Well, Alexa fucking calls Big Dick fucking Foles, so Big Dick Nick. So whatever.
Fair enough.
I like where you're going with this, and the thing that I like about Tom Brady is every single fucking person goes to the same thing. Oh well, he cheated. Okay, great. So did everybody else. Look, if that's the only thing that you can bring up bad about him, dude, you're fucking fishing. All right.
Saint fan.
I'm a Vikings
Sean
fan.
Payton fucking cheat?
Oh, jeez, God, yeah. He's
Falcon fan. I'm one. Didn't the fucking Falcons cheat in that one season, and we only made it in the first round with the noise, piping in the noise and all that? If you're not cheating, you're not trying.
Absolutely.
Bobby Heenan, look it up.
Lie, you cheat, you steal.
I don't think
Eddie Guerrero, look it up.
I don't
win if you can, lose if you must, but always cheat. Jesse Ventura, continue, Ed.
Obviously, I don't believe in selling your soul to the devil and all that junk, but you can't deny there isn't a corporate machine behind him. But when you succeed, that's what happens.
Oh, absolutely,
of course,
absolutely.
And I think it not only is it a good thing because you're going to get the best equipment, the best this, best that, etc.
It's like NASCAR but different,
right? However, you are going to feel pressure.
Like that, huh?
Hey, it's like
you are going to feel some pressure.
Of the time it works all the time.
You are going to feel that pressure from up above. They're going to be like,
Sexual
this,
Panther.
This game's important. We got a lot of merch riding on this, etc. And that's
absolutely.
probably where even the guys on top tend to probably stretch the rules or cheat or whatever you want to say.
Yep.
I guarantee though, if the roles reverse, if you put was it Matt Ryan? Put Matt Ryan in Tom Brady's position, it's going to be the same thing. The corporate machine is going to get around the Falcons. Succeed brings money. Money brings the machine, and the machine goes for more money.
Now, going on to that, you never see Tom Brady's name in the paper in a negative way. You never see...
That's the machine.
Right. But it's also...
Is it the machine or is it the way he lives?
I think it's him, right. Exactly.
Phillip Rivers, Tom
partially.
Brady, Matt Ryan. There's a plethora of great quarterbacks. I don't want to pigeonhole quarterbacks, but
I'll even give Cam Newton.
Cam Newton, same thing.
But
much as I
there
dislike
are some
that
dirty
sumbitch.
ones. Winston from the fucking Tampa Bay.
Jameis Winston,
Dude.
RG3. Continue.
I'm going to push back just a little because I agree with Tom Brady. Probably lives a good, clean life. That's fine. I accept it. But I'm going to push back.
Ted tried to jerk him off.
Yeah. Sometimes, you see it with these football players that beat the shit out of their wives one day, and the next day they're still on the team when they should be fired.
Right.
On my team, I got fucking Griffin. The guy is found half naked trying to break into his teammate's fucking house. The guy obviously has mental issues, and then we let him fucking back onto the field. I wasn't about that. Look,
Oh, you did say out loud that was bullshit.
Yeah,
You'll hear the headline grab. You'll hear the headline grab when it happens, and then buried.
Yes,
that's the machine I'm talking
about.
Yeah.
So like even the Deflategate thing, yeah, it got thrown around.
Just got their pride stomped so bad that they were like, you know what? No, this isn't happening. No, we are not standing for this. We are pushing forward.
I just continue to say horseshit, horseshit, and horseshit. I'm just not buying any of it.
It's kind of like Nixon. Nixon didn't do anything anybody else was doing. He just got caught.
Right.
Exactly. I'm going to wrap this up because we're getting close to the end here.
6 minutes left.
No, I know, but trust me, it will. It's gonna be one of those ending questions. Going back to my point,
Mm-hmm.
will we ever, in our lifetime, see this again?
All right, I'm gonna start this. I thought that about Joe Montana. I thought that about Dan Marino, and now I'm asking the question about Tom Brady. It's possible, but I don't find it probable that we'll see another quarterback or quarterback coach combination like Belichick, who's been there 19 years, Brady, who's been there 18 years. If you're asking me about the combination, no, we'll never see this again. If you're asking me about the quarterback, layaway. I'm going to say maybe. We might see another quarterback like Tom Brady again. Maybe. And that's a heavy maybe.
Especially in the way that teams just throw people aside nowadays. I mean,
oh, yeah, without question.
Heck, I mean, maybe Garoppolo could have been the next guy.
Could have been, but they shipped him off.
You'll never know now in the 49ers.
The same thing they did with Tebow. The same thing they did. Oh, Christ. How many backup quarterback? Castle. Same thing. Oh, cripes. So many people they cast aside because Brady's he is the GOAT, but they consider him in Boston and the surrounding areas the god.
Well, he's deserved the title, but then you have people like Nick Foles, who are.
Nick Foles is amazing, and Philadelphia is wrong. If they don't sign that man and send Carson Wentz somewhere else, because Carson Wentz,
all right, well,
full disclosure, you suck.
Without breaking into it too much, Carson Wentz is 26 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Foles is 29, going to be 30. He really didn't look that good against the fucking Saints, man.
First half, great. Second half, he fell asleep.
But he was throwing some really bad balls there.
Of course.
He was looking pretty scared back there.
All right.
If you're going with Wentz, you better stick with fucking Wentz, and you got to go off it. The point being is, you need that quarterback that is going to be there for a very long time.
Right.
You need that stability.
Ed?
I'm going to agree with Jabroni on the combination. That's going to be a tough one to find.
Yeah, you've never seen that.
I'm not going to say never. I don't believe in never. I just believe things are not proven.
Let me ask. Okay, you probably won't know this, but real quick, who was the quarterback that helped John Madden win the Super Bowl?
Oh God,
yeah,
was
exactly.
it Kenny the Snake Stabler?
Yeah, exactly. But you had to think about that one. You know what I'm saying?
I needed a minute because I was like 4 years old.
I was gonna say we old, man, we old.
And then when you have, you could turn around for the Steel Curtain. I'm gonna say it's a defense that obviously fucking
obviously, but Terry Bradshaw had a big part.
Moments, yes, absolutely. He looked very good.
A big part.
Yeah, the combo definitely. Like I said, I don't believe in impossible. It's not gonna happen for a long time. Quarterback has to happen. If it doesn't, not if you're just talking Patriots, not only will the Patriots brand suffer, the NFL brand will suffer because they all need that one quarterback that everyone says is kind of leading the whole
Great point.
league.
Great point.
If you don't have that, XFL, baby.
Oh, wow.
Do you
XFL
think,
next fucking February, baby.
Do you think this, is it Del Home? It's Del Home, right?
What, on the Patrick Mahomes from Kansas City?
Yeah. Do you think he could be the next one?
Too early to tell, man. He's a rook. He's
his numbers are right up there with Tom Brady right now.
They are.
He's got 50 touchdowns this year, though. Think about that.
See, here's the thing. If it doesn't happen, like just talking from the Patriots' perspective, if it doesn't happen, you're always going to be in Brady's shadow.
Oh, yeah.
You're not going to be the Patriots quarterback. You're going to be that guy that took over for Brady. And nobody wants to be that guy that took over for the last guy. They want to be the new, fresh blood, the new direction for the team.
Well, but Brady didn't exactly want to be the guy that took over for Bledsoe, who was beloved in this area. We record here in Norwich, Connecticut, Patriot country. He didn't want to be the guy that took over from Bledsoe. He wanted to be the guy.
Yes.
And
exactly.
Patrick Mahomes, who's he taking over for? Alex Smith, Castle, this one, that one. It was been like a revolving door, much like in, no offense, but much like in Minnesota, it's been a revolving door of quarterbacks.
We had 4 quarterbacks in 2014.
You want to set the bar and you want to set it high.
Yeah.
And I don't think...
And you have to get over that bar. Otherwise,
exactly.
you're nobody.
Patrick Mahomes has an easy ride. Having said that, the easy ride stops with, once you prove yourself. And that's the simplest thing I can say. Once you prove yourself. Next week, or this Sunday, I should say, is going to be a huge proving ground for Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, we'll find out. Absolutely, because you're going right to their house. I mean, so it's straight up happening, man.
Exactly.
But I will, like I said, we got to wrap this up real quick. Think about this real quick, especially you guys brought up a very good point on the coaches. Belichick has worked with a lot of coaches that are in the NFL right now.
Mhm.
Mike Zimmer from the Vikings is very much one of them. Nobody has stepped up like Belichick.
No.
So, I mean,
there's no coach like him.
Will we ever see another coach like him? Maybe. Will we ever see another?
The same was asked in college. Will we ever see another Bear Bryant?
Right.
And we're seeing that now in
Will
Nick
we see another
Saban,
Tom
in
Brady?
Urban Meyer, etc.
Maybe.
At the end of the day,
Will
it's
we-
still a team sport, and
Will we
you
be
need that
blessed to see
combination.
this again?
I hope so.
Probably not.
All right.
Probably not. This coach quarterback combo. I don't think you'll see it.
All right. Live streamers will be back in 3 minutes. We'll
2 and
come
2.
back with the Mayor of Middletown, Lindsay Freilich, and we're going to destroy modern feminism. Be right back.
I'm just wild about animal crackers, animal crackers. I can't live without animal crackers, bears and tigers haunt me all day. And whenever I am at a swell cafe, say all I order is animal crackers, firecrackers won't do. Goodness gracious, I'm no chump, I just bit off a camel's hump. Animal crackers, I love you. I went through the animal hair, the birds and the beasts were there. The old baboon by the light of the moon was combing his auburn hair. And the monkey, he got drunk and sat on the elephant's trunk. The elephant sneezed and fell on his knees, and that was the end of the monk. I'm just wild about animal crackers, I can't live without animal crackers, bears and tigers haunt me all day. And whenever animal hair. The birds and the beasts were there. The old baboon by the light of the moon was combing his auburn hair. And the monkey, he got drunk and sat on the elephant's trunk. The elephant sneezed and fell on his knees, and that was the end of the monk.
In a world where the macho ma'am tranny savage is just decimating GameStops around the world, and modern feminism is just ruining men, women, and children around the world, I wanted to open up the forum to one of my favorite people of all time. She is an Ohio State graduate. She is a wonderful human being. She is so smart. Sometimes she makes me feel dumb. I want to open up the forum to the unofficial mayor of Middletown, Miss Lindsay Freilich. Lindsay, how are you doing tonight?
I am awesome, Chris. Guys, how are you all?
Good, good.
Fantastic.
All good around the horn. Now, you had a little something you wanted to say before we got into the forum?
Yeah, I just wanted to speak on why this means a little bit to me. First of all, thank you guys for having me on, and I'm hoping that any and all of your listeners, followers feel comfortable enough to chime in. Just kind of putting it out there. I'm a woman, a real woman, in my early 50s. I'm married. I'm heterosexual. I have no kids. I have animal kids. I'm a registered Republican, but I don't vote Republican always. I'm not a conservative Republican. I'm a moderate Republican. And feminism is near and dear to my heart because I practice the true version of feminism versus what they think they're doing today. And I wanted to start off with a little bit of history for those who think they know versus those who don't know versus whatever. And I'm just going to go back to modern times briefly. Feminism started out in this country under the auspices of suffragettes, who were women that felt that they deserved the right to vote, and they certainly did, and they did a great job pushing that through and convincing the largesse that they, in fact, had brains and should vote. And then that turned into what kind of the 60s and 70s was all about, which is the real roots of feminism, the fight to work in a job that may not be traditionally female, like a mechanic or an engineer or a welder, and the right to earn the same amount of pay as a man doing the same job. They also wanted to not be looked upon as objects and wanted the opportunity to be in non-traditional roles. For instance, a woman not getting married at 20, but a woman pursuing a career and it not being demonized. Those are the roots of feminism. They are the opportunities to do what we are capable of doing and not being demonized, judged, or otherwise shut out. What we've morphed into is something entirely not that, and it absolutely disgusts me because it does an entire disservice to true feminism. And I'm happy to stop there, or I'm happy to go one step further.
Take your one step, and then we'll open it up to questions.
All right. In more modern times, let's talk late 80s, early 90s, feminism became, okay, we're kind of getting what we want. We're kind of getting equal pay. Yeah, the ERA, the amendment didn't pass, but women were being into the boardroom. They were being mechanics. They were being business owners. And that took a turn in that women decided to be equal to men, they need to be as sexualized as men, meaning they need to have as many conquests as men and make sex the equator, the great equalizer. And therefore, equality became how many men can I get in bed? And in order to do that, you got to be the cutest girl at the bar. You got to be the cutest girl in the store. You give up your brain and you become a Barbie. You become somebody who wants to be Barbie. You become Christina Aguilera and Britney Spears, who really, and Madonna, who had the forefront of this. Never mind my brain. Take a look at my DNA. So all of a sudden, we became not somebody who wanted to be appreciated for her brain, but back to her looks. And we became, or those people decided feminism was about looks, as it could get a man, as it could get sex, as it could be everything but the brain. And what did that do? It turned Wall Street and Park Avenue on its ear, and they figured out that women will buy just about anything so they can compete with each other in the looks department. Here come the Kardashians. Well, what do we do? Well, we have everything plastic known to man, and everybody wants to be us. We have a game, we have an app, we have everything else in the world. And what have we done? We have taken ourselves back to what we didn't want to be in the first place, and now we want to be objects. Objects to be admired, objects to be envied, objects to consume what we need to consume to compete with each other in that department, which completely is against all things true feminism.
Very well said.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Now, we're going to open it up to questions in the next 25 minutes or so. Now, my first question, having listened to that, is, do you think modern feminism has led to the emasculation of modern men? Because men are truly, I don't want to say this, but I have to say it, there's so many things out there. Men are raised to be hunters, gatherers, etc., so forth. The strong one, the provider, etc., so forth. But now, the emasculation, the demasculization, if you will, has modern males, ages birth to 18, thinking that makeup and doing this and all that schnabitz is okay, but they don't have to be providers for those that they're with.
That's hilarious you write that, because on the top of my page, I asterisk a great example, as it's not working. The modern feminist is not working to the point where now it's become, you need to demonize masculinity, and let's work on feminizing men to the point where we'll be equal because they'll be as big a wuss as we are. And that is so not feminism. Feminism never wanted a man to be not a man. Mm-hmm. All feminism wanted was a seat at the table.
Correct.
Equality.
And if the seat at the table means that somebody needs to not be themselves, that's no table. That's a sales pitch. And right. I don't agree with that at all.
I see some gears spinning here.
Look at the Gillette commercial that's just come out. Oh my God, look at Gillette. They're talking about non-bullying and blah, blah. No, they're not. They're talking about a bunch of BS men wearing tight jeans and skinny jeans. Sorry.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Oh, my son is, you know what? Let them fight it out on the ball field.
Exactly.
Let boys be boys and no, that's not a bad phrase.
You know, I'm raising a young lady. On a converse note,
well, boys can be boys as long as they're not bullies.
I'm with you, but I'm raising not only my own daughter, but my stepdaughter, or not daughter as we call each other, not daughter, not father. And I have to teach them that the world is a really interesting, strange place where you may be looked down upon because you're a woman. That means you may have to work a little extra hard. And they're like, oh, no, everything's good. Everything's equal. Everything's rainbows and fucking unicorns and all this bullshit. But they don't understand. It's still, there's a lot of the same 1970s, 1980s perspective where they do have to work harder. I am not ashamed to say, and full disclosure, Lindsay's my boss. I've worked for more female bosses since I've been employed from the time I was 13 years old as a paper boy. I've been employed by more female bosses than I have by male bosses. So I get the whole feminism
is working in the old school.
In the old school, yes, but nowadays it's about, and Lindsay, I want to bring this up now because I know you have a lot to say about it. The pussy hat wearing, marching because Trump was elected, the permits were put in the day after the general election. Kill this point now.
It's simple. First, I'll kill Trump now, but I want to get to a point that Jabroni just brought up. But look, it went in because they were going to march either way.
You think so?
They were going to march against him wearing, pardon my language, if you know I don't talk like this, the pussy hat.
Okay, I got to stop you. Would they have marched if Hillary was elected president?
Yes, because they would have marched like a joyful bunch of children that ding dong, the witch is dead.
All right, you win the day. Go ahead.
They would have marched regardless. But okay, you put a pussy hat on yourself. And then all of you go home, and maybe some of you are lesbians, and you're going to watch lesbian porn. Guess what? That word is prolific in lesbian porn. You're going to go home with your husband. And this is not against porn. This is just an example.
We'll talk about that later.
You're going to go home with your husband, and he's going to watch porn. And guess what? He's going to be watching a guy grab pussy. Oopsie daisy. Guess what? So a man who was not a candidate was talking to another guy, talking about a woman. I'm sorry.
He's probably going to be grabbing your pussy that night.
Right.
Exactly.
I mean, fuck.
She could Bill Clinton tried, and that's a story in and of itself for another time. But anyway, it's a load of, it's hypocrisy at its finest. If you want to be looked at as equal and yet dress up in some ridiculous costume and then parade your less than masculine man who was wearing the same costume around because you think it's equality, it's not. It's nothing but foolishness. And you're teaching your children nothing but foolishness. To get back to Jabroni's point, it's okay as long as it's not bullying. I agree with you with one caveat.
Go ahead.
You're taking bullying to the nth degree, where I can say, "Oh, that shirt looks nice, but I like your blue one better." I'm offended. I'm bullied. No. If somebody says,
well,
"I
that's
just don't like
thin-skinned.
you,"
you're right.
Bullied. So bullying it's awful. You have I actually got into a tremendous bar fight.
I was waiting
Miami.
for you to bring this up. Thank you, Lindsay. Tell about your 9-line bar fight.
I got into a bar fight in Miami, in a bad one, because these two people would not leave a learning disabled kid die.
Oh, wrong story. Never mind.
Alone. Oh, anyway.
Thank you.
Wouldn't leave this learning disabled person alone, and they kept making fun. And I said, "Hey, stop it! Enough. The kid doesn't deserve it. The mom doesn't deserve it. Shut your pie hole." I get up to use the ladies' room. The woman who was doing the majority of the making fun of decides she's going to challenge me. I'm not a small kitten. She pushes me from behind to go down 3 stairs. I grab the railing, turn around, grab her, and I ram her head on the brass bar rail. Boom. I'm sorry, you picked on somebody relentlessly. You got what you deserved. I left the bar. That's that. Chris, what story are you talking about?
I'm talking about the one that you told me in the last 6 months or so, where you were at a Middletown establishment where you were wearing a 9-line gimmick, and somebody called you someone who represents baby killers.
Very briefly, I was at my favorite drinking establishment. My husband was away on business. Yes, a woman can go out by herself.
Big ups to Jim, by the way, wherever you are, Jim. Love you.
Jim's in Bozeman, Montana right
You are not going to Montana. I will cut your fucking feet off at the ankles. You're not going to Montana. Continue your story.
Anyway, and this person, basically after a little back and forth, decided that my 9-line shirt that I was wearing was a baby-killing, warmongering shirt. And when she stopped inviting herself into my evening, I educated her by saying, A, the language you just used, my parents taught me not to use because it just makes me sound like a moron. And B, this is a charity. But if you care to learn a little bit, I'll buy you a beer. She ran away. Anyway, I love these women. Love these women. But anyway, we're not here about bullying. We're here about feminism. Bullying is another topic, but I think bullying has gotten out of hand as to what is.
Let me ask you this then. Can we just simplify feminism and just call it humanism?
Great question.
That is a great question. Yes and no. Yes, in that, wouldn't it be a perfect world if we all treated each other exactly the same?
It'd be awesome.
It would be a wonderful world.
It'd be a pretty cool experience.
Oh my Lord!
I would welcome that experience 9 ways to Sunday. But here's why. I would love it. I would love it. But Chris knows. I think feminism has accomplished wonderful things. For instance,
agreed.
There's professional women's basketball now.
Right.
I don't watch it. I find it boring as all get out. But hey, women have gone to college and found yet another way to earn a living.
I worked at Mohegan Sun for 10 years, and
might I add,
go ahead.
The Connecticut Sun is the only professional sports team in Connecticut.
Not only that, it's the only privately owned sports team, and they outdraw the lacrosse gimmick that they do.
Yeah.
They outdrew
those guys are like lower. That's not even like, these guys are actually WNBA.
But wait, they outdraw the football team they had there for about a week and a half?
Yeah.
And then it moved to Manchester, New Hampshire?
It's the only major league sports team.
Yes, absolutely.
Minor league team.
Oh, yeah, we got them all over the place. But to represent Connecticut, that's pretty impressive.
To her point, screw the Whalers.
Well,
I know that hurts you,
they're gone. Why do you gotta?
Because people keep bringing them back. Go ahead, Lindsay.
So, but to the counterweight to that is, we have professional women's basketball.
Correct.
As it should be, they're competing against women. This whole malarkey about, I'm going to be the first woman playing professional football. Yeah, when I was 7, I thought I would be the greatest defensive tackle on the Oakland Raiders. I'd be a dead person.
Mm-hmm.
There are equalities that make sense and equalities that just make no sense.
You mean realisms?
Women should not be in a men's locker room after a sporting
event. Recently...
Or up against a 355-pound man.
Thank you for saying that, because recently there was a story about a male, and I'm going to say this now, a male, M-A-L-E, who identifies, guys, you know how much I hate that, but we're going to go on, who identifies as a female who won a bicycle somewhat like a Tour de France against other females and considers himself, herself, itself, Schnabitz, whatever, as the world champion. I'll say this. We brought up Blair Tugman earlier in the show. He trains wrestlers, males and females. If a female, look, we're built differently. We certainly are. Yes, there are exceptions to the rule. I'll throw out Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey could kick my ass 6 ways a Sunday. I'll throw out Nia Jax.
I'm not saying she can't.
Nia Jax could kick my ass 6 ways a Sunday.
But say a 355-pound man is up against Ronda Rousey, right? In that scenario.
She's done.
Say she isn't even done. Say she knocks the fucker out, but the dude falls on her. You know what I'm saying? She's breaking something, dude. There's a reason why they have weight classes, and there's a reason why you don't put a 180-pound woman in a football jersey with pads against a 355-pound lineman.
I look forward to the day where there's a female NFL player or a female MLB player. It'd be great. However, we're built differently, and I think that's where Lindsay's going.
Here's, Chris, to your point, I want to get back to I think male, quote, transgender athletes are the greatest, possibly greatest ever practical joke on feminism.
Yeah.
I was gonna bring up something after you finish.
You're equal. Okay, we're all equal. You had more transgenders marching with you with your stupid pink hats than straight guys. And so now all the women you are raising to be empowered to do these sports, to do these things, are now getting their rear ends kicked by Bruce Jenner. And where does that leave the honest to goodness girl who wants to compete? In the dust.
If a young lady wants to come up and battle the men, and look, I'm not drawing lines here. There are certainly women that can kick my ass or anybody's ass. I'm not talking about Brock Lesnar or George St. Pierre or whoever the greatest fighter is in history. If there's a woman that can come out and kick your ass, fantastic. That's equality. What I'm talking about, and I think you get the point, is that a man who identifies himself, Macho Man Tranny Savage, who we all saw in the GameStop video from weeks ago.
It's ma'am,
is trying to pass himself off as a woman, and now is going to go into this bicycle race and kicks the shit out of every woman in the field, finishes, easily 30 seconds above his easiest competition, and says, I'm the world champion. I'm the female world champion. No, you're not. No, you are not. Go ahead, Lindsay.
And then that lies on the women. And Chris, you know this. I have been accused by so many women of not supporting women, period.
Mm-hmm.
And that is so far from the truth. But if women don't want to have their rear ends kicked by men in women's sports, don't let them in women's sports. I don't care what bra you're wearing and what stuffing it is in it. You're a dude. You're a big, frankly ugly dude.
I know you're not a fan of professional wrestling, but I'm going to throw this out here to you. Right now, the biggest star in women's professional wrestling is a young lady named Becky Lynch. Fantastic performer. She calls herself the man, and I get it. It's a great thing. But if Becky Lynch, her of 180 pounds, gets into the ring with Brock Lesnar, a 295-pound monster who is UFC qualified, two-time UFC champion, who can win a fight with his fists, and she loses in this fake world. I don't want to say fake because we have a lot of professional wrestlers that have come on this show and have given us their knowledge. But if Becky Lynch falls to Brock Lesnar, does that not take a back seat for the feminism movement? And would that not promote the dick waving, if you will, for men?
Well, to your point, let's talk about history for a bit. Billie Jean King played a man. Great. She played a man 25 years her senior. In a joke match, all that say that women were equal to men. Mm-hmm. What a crock. I mean, that would be like Serena Williams playing you, Chris, with all due respect.
No offense.
In tennis.
No offense. I suck at tennis.
It was stupid. But I want to try to.
Yeah, but could we do Serena Williams versus John McEnroe?
Well, back in the day, maybe, but who's the big guy now? Andy Roddick? Is he still?
But would that be a big issue? I don't think it would.
Well, here's the thing with the tennis thing, because this was a big. There was I don't remember the names, but they put two different sexes together before in a tennis match. They took the women's champion, took the men's champion. They put them in a match, and the man crushed her.
Right.
Yeah.
It was almost like
power. Yeah,
I can't remember the names, but he destroyed her.
Was that like 7 or 8 years ago?
It was a while ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it made her look like she was a year one amateur.
Right. Right.
You know?
I could see it now. Yeah.
It
right.
doesn't.
That makes sense. No. Yeah.
They did it.
The fight for equality should never have been the fight for who can win the arm wrestling, who can win this. The fight for equality back in the day was as it should be. If I am capable in mind or body to do a job, regardless of my gender, I should be accepted into that. if I want to be an auto mechanic and I have the talent to be one, I should be allowed to be one, accepted to be one, and get the same pay as the man who is doing the same exact job as me.
That's the feminism you're speaking of.
That's feminism. Feminism is all about women having the opportunity, not the given.
Vikings knew exactly what to do with their women.
Yeah, exactly.
Made them fucking shield maidens. They were fucking fantastic at it, and they were fucking badass. A front line of fucking. They knew exactly what they were doing, and they excelled. They were better at using the shields than the men.
I want to piggyback your point. You want to talk about someone who's going to fight for their family? The woman. Put the woman up front. Yeah. Which is why, even going back to 1990 when I joined the military, even though I was in the military, I always said the women should be on the front line because they'll fight harder to protect men, women, children, etc. behind them. 1,000%.
You know what's really sad, Chris? You and I know a young lady who just got done with Air Force boot camp.
Yes.
And she was depressed at how easy it became because you can't swear, and I have a further point to this. You can't swear, you can't do this, you can't do that, and the men have to be equal to the women and blah, blah, blah. And with your point to front line, here's my only, I don't believe women should be in the front line, and here's why. The rules of war internationally do not recognize women on the front line. Therefore, putting women on the front line puts us at a disadvantage to the rest of the world that learns rules of war differently.
I'm not going to hit the button, but I understand what you're saying.
We have dumbed down, and we've changed our selection process based on wanting to be, quote, inclusive, when in actuality, it may have weakened our military in some way, shape, or form. And I'm not taking away from any woman who has joined the military and is kicking butt. But they are not the norm.
Okay.
They are the exception to the rule.
With 3 minutes left, if you have a message that you want to send to modern feminists from an actual feminist, what would your message be?
Go back to your roots. Go back to what we're truly about, which is very simple. Men and women are not the same. We never will be. Allow men to be men and women to be women. You're talking about humanism. That's humanism. Be who you are. Be equal when you can be, and recognize that it won't always be that way. And nobody's a villain because it isn't. Oh, one other point real quick.
Get it.
You cannot have a U2 movement without women in Hollywood stepping up to the plate and saying, my bad, I allowed this to happen.
Oh, don't get me started on that.
Oh, fantastic point.
Yep.
We've spoken about this many times.
You are Oprah Winfrey, and you didn't know my pearly white rear end. You're Meryl Streep, and you didn't know my pearly white rear end.
Someone had an interesting argument about the Me Too thing. It's like it doesn't take into consideration the thousands of women that actually want to move up that way.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sorry. You were of the age of majority in a room with a man. You chose to be there. Not my problem.
Right?
Not my problem. That's like you having your 15th child because you haven't figured out condoms yet.
It's like
I'm not paying
it's
for
like being in college. You made a mistake. You had one night off with the quarterback, and 20 years later you say, "Oh wait, he violated me." Hashtag me too. Horse shit. Horse. I'm hitting the button. Fuck this. Horse shit. That's what that movement is all about.
Me Too is not a feminist movement. Me Too is a please give me an excuse.
It's an attention grabber.
Lie on my back, get a job, and then, oh, by the way, never turn down naked scenes, nude scenes, whatever, because it's part of the art.
And all parades are called off because there's too many white people. Don't forget that one.
Oh yes. Oh, and they
happened in California.
And they were on The View anyway. They were on The View, and that's a whole other show
Mike-
about The View. But you cannot have a Me Too movement if you don't let people like Corey Feldman speak out about the pedophile.
Amen.
And they won't let him. You
Or
can't
R.
have a
Kelly.
Me
That's the
Too
machine.
movement.
Or R. Kelly. The
Or
whole thing
well-
about R. Kelly and Lady Gaga, you're absolutely right. You
And you
knew.
can't have a Me Too movement if you don't allow men who are falsely accused to get on a podium and go bananas on those who have falsely accused him.
God
Yeah.
bless Kevin Spacey. Mike, did you have a question? You look like you have this like deep
Go, Mike,
burning
go.
question.
No. I was.
I have one question.
Go ahead, Ben.
Does it seem to you like now, obviously there are some women that just want to get married and have families. Do you see like they're getting demonized now more than ever? Like they're submitting to a patriarchy just because they want to have a family?
If a true feminist I am a true feminist, so I'll speak on that. Women should not be demonized for any choice that they make, if it's right for them. So feminism is about a woman choosing her path. If she wants to be an executive, be an executive. If she doesn't want kids,
Right.
she doesn't have
Don't
kids.
have kids.
Right.
If she wants to stay home and be a stay-at-home mom, God bless her, support her, and know that she's probably working more hours than her husband.
Because from my
Or her-
perspective, and I was taught this since I was a kid, being
Unfortunately,
a
you can't do that nowadays.
I know,
But
Right. Like going to Ed's
being
point.
a mom I was told it was a full-time job.
It is a full-time
It doesn't
job.
bring in money, maybe, but it was still a job, and
Still
it was
a
very
job.
important.
And feminism, nouveau feminism, went off the rails when they started picking on those women. You don't pick on those women. They've made a conscious choice to raise their children and be a wife. It's the same as if, like me, I made a conscious choice not to have children and to be a wife. That is what feminism is about. The opportunity to make up your mind about what you want to do, the acceptance from other women as to you doing it, and the opportunity to have a fair shake at the things that are not traditionally female oriented. We've talked about the mechanics and everything else.
And equality
That's-
also means you accept the consequences of your choices.
Exactly. Oh my God, exactly.
That's the part I
Exactly.
think that gets crossed out. Like there's no consequences for how you act.
I'm sorry. There
You
are
know?
always consequences.
Well,
for how
there
you
is,
act.
but now it seems like they want them subsidized.
Well, and by the way, feminism, which brought on the Family Medical Leave Act, which my
Ugh.
former life was 25 years as a human resources professional, having to administer that crap. The Family Medical Leave Act, not crap, some of it's justified. The
Of
Family
course.
Medical Leave Act made it legally acceptable to go out and have a bevy of children because somebody else was going to take care of them.
Yep.
And
Amen.
And
that hurt
wrong.
minorities more than anything.
absolutely.
Yeah,
And
but you're not allowed to say it.
of course not.
You can't
Of
hear
course
because we're an autonomous, whatever you want to call it. We are the voice of the voiceless right here.
Bingo. You can't say that, nor can you say something like, why the heck are seventh grade people getting paid $15 an hour when folks in the military who are going to lay their life down don't make that much money?
1000% correct. Ladies and gentlemen, she's the unofficial. I don't care who you see in town hall. She's the unofficial mayor of Middletown. Her name is Lindsay Frelick. We're going to go to break. Thank you, Lindsay, so much. Don't
Thank you,
hang
guys.
up. I want to talk to you during the break. And
An honor.
we're going to come back with adult film entertainment because Loki has something on his mind. We'll be right back.
Actually, it's focus.
Was it?
all day. And whenever I am at a swell cafe, say all I order is animal crackers, firecrackers won't do. Goodness gracious, I'm no chump, I just bit off the camel's hump. Animal crackers, I love you. I went for the animal hair, the birds and the beasts were there. The old baboon by the light of the moon was combing his auburn hair. And the monkey, he got drunk and sat on the elephant's trunk. The elephant sneezed and fell on his knees, and that was the end of the monk. And sat on the elephant's trunk. The elephant sneezed and fell on his knees, and that was the end of the monk.
All right, and after feminism, we go right back to the oldest profession, and that would be
beer.
Prostitution?
Prostitution, my
Yes!
friend. And since prostitution has been there, you've had fucking creepy dudes trying to get peeks in, man.
Specifically prostitution on film?
Yeah, exactly. Which is where we lead into today's porn.
Hot shit. If I wasn't, like, let known about what was going on today, I would think that people would be lined up at the door waiting to tear you down.
Tear me down, huh?
Bring it on.
Everybody
That's
watches
what I'm
porn.
saying.
I don't give a fuck who you are.
Tear us down.
No, it's
Bitches.
look, you gotta porn has become so accessible
Mm-hmm.
nowadays, and you can literally just go off on your little smartphone and go there's a gazillion fucking sites out there. You jizz your time, spank me, spank that,
Spank
Red
bang.
Yeah,
Red
spank
Tube,
bang.
Bang Bros,
There you
Xhamster,
go.
etc.
Yeah,
Pornhub.
yeah.
Pornhub, you can make
Porn-
money now.
Ooh, I didn't know you could make money on
Like
it.
if this doesn't
Really?
if this doesn't work out, guys.
Oh, there you go. We can actually
Yeah.
send in
Who
some
are you
videos.
gonna sell your junk to?
No, they just want the
Your
videos.
mom.
Chinese people.
They just want the videos, man, and that's just the other
Yeah.
point. Is now you can sit there and fuck, get it on camera, and go sell it and make fucking money. I mean, hell, they even have what is it? My ex.
Oh,
My
yeah.
fucking where these guys.
I
and
am
these
not
girls,
even
so
gonna
there
they,
you go.
comment.
because of that site, they
Hey.
passed laws against revenge porn.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I mean, but it's still. What did you just call it?
Revenge porn.
Revenge porn. Exactly. That's
If it's
exactly
real.
what
I
it
think
is.
that site was real though.
No,
I don't-
I'm pretty damn.
There was a site that was real. This guy was like, he told everybody, "Give me your videos of your ex-girlfriends if you're pissed at them," and he was posting them. That's how that law got passed.
Could have done that. Didn't do it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But I mean, come on, man. That's something completely different than fucking straight up porn. Now,
No.
porn.
Could have done that. Didn't do it.
Now-
Let the people know now.
When we were growing up and to get your hands on actual porn, you had to get it on, guess what? VHS tapes, buddy.
Ah, yes.
And not only VHS tape, and that's for porn.
Or you,
We're not talking about little porno
or you
mags.
fap to that scrambled channel that you couldn't get in.
Oh,
Right.
I saw a boob. Oh.
you had to time it just fucking right. Just
Done
right.
and done.
Now, kids, you'd think kids would be a little less aggressive being able to spank it wherever the fuck they want. I mean, hell, if they're sitting over in fucking basketball watching the game, like, fuck, man, I gotta go fucking spank one off. Go run to the bathroom, fucking kick it up there, Pornhub all day. There you go, boom, done. Go back and enjoy the basketball game. There it is. Now, it's. I really like that fucking revenge porn thing. I do. I think it's fucking hysterical, dude. I do. I keep fucking.
Because you're like, I wish.
I just there's so many times I thought about it too. Like, I bet you I could probably make some fucking money off that. And I've already told you guys my nutty buddy, my nutty buddy
Yep,
term.
we heard that.
So
story.
that's a term of endearment. If you know that if we're together and there's been some spunk up on that face, you are now my nutty buddy.
right.
It's just the way it works.
But if you're not the first one,
You can have a lot of nutty
You
buddies.
could be the
okay,
next
just
one.
saying.
Why can't you have a lot of nutty buddies? What's
Ric
wrong
Flair
with that?
said it best. You may not be
Did-
the first.
Didn't the mayor of
but you could be the
Middletown say
best.
the beginning of the bad feminism was trying to sleep with as many guys as possible because
yes,
that's what
the
guys
beginning
were
of
doing?
modern
yes.
feminism.
Yes, exactly. So in a sense, porn created modern feminism.
Well, it was definitely liberating. Well, it actually brought on that second wave that Lindsay's not too fond of.
Yes, exactly,
but-
exactly. Well, I don't know, man. There's some pretty forceful fucking women in the porn industries nowadays.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean,
Right.
I'm not big on the names. I mean, I used to know, like, obviously the Jenna
Mia Khalifa.
Jameson and all those. Oh, Mia Khalifa is, just, you know what?
You know
it
what
is?
she-
Watch
what she
Eddie's
does
face.
now?
Watch Eddie's face.
She's a sports
Yeah,
fucking
I
thing.
guess she's doing really good with it. So
Wha-
was Lisa. Fuck, what's her name? Lisa Ann. She was she came big with the sports.
Watch
commentary
Eddie's
thing.
face real quick. Christy missed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And you know who did the opposite of that? Was that fucking Maitland chick there. She used to be on, I think it was some fucking sitcom. Fucking Ginger. Bright red hair, fucking really sexy.
Maitland. Hold on. I'm going to Google machine.
Maitland, I think that's her last name.
Okay, what's Maitland?
Well, some of them have actually gone on to like mainstream stuff, like Tracy Lords and shit.
Well, yeah, absolutely. But
Um,
but porn has become so popular, dude, that these people are literally leaving fucking here. As a matter of fact, I'll bring it up.
Oh, there's been a lot of mainstream actors that are giving like
fuck yes, dude.
They do
Fuck
movies
yes.
and stuff just because they want to try it.
Oh,
or
there's
actually,
Daniel Bryant.
There's been some porn shit going on in like mainstream movies lately. Like I've seen a couple movies on Netflix, and all of a sudden some dude whips it out, and he's like actually fucking a chick on camera.
Oh, Maitland
Ward.
Baxter. Yeah, exactly. Maitland Ward Baxter. Like that's her.
It's funny you and I found that at the same time.
Yeah. Yep.
Same chick.
Right. Now what the fuck was she on? There was some show that she was on. And I think her name was Rachel.
Oh,
she was on Boy Meets World.
There you go.
There you go.
And the
winner, chicken dinner.
She was Rachel on Boy Meets World. That's exactly it. So now, porn has become so socially acceptable that she is literally leaving a sitcom like that, has 123 followers, and you know it's not because they remember her from Boy Meets World.
Of course not.
It's because of what she's doing now. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, she's just naked on Snapchat and shit.
Yeah, that's all she does. No, she actually does go out and do porn, though. Now you have to actually go to her Patreon site, and then you can get access to porn there.
Should I wing my gimmick around
hey,
to get us
obviously
Patreon?
Get some fucking money, man. That's what I'm saying.
You make your own Patreon and don't associate with the show ever.
Fuck yeah.
LokiandJabroni.com, Patreon.com.
I'll let you put the War Machine mask back.
Like I brought
I might go upstairs to get the Batman gimmick if you don't.
Like I brought us into the show. The oldest profession, obviously, being, freaking prostitution.
Yes.
And heading into this is the same idea. Sex sells. Sex has always sold.
Of course.
To make, just to have the ability to do some of the things that these fucking people, like I said, here's a person that was in Hollywood, that was obviously, I don't know if they were obviously
doing okay for themselves.
Right, exactly. They weren't making a whole shit ton of money, but obviously this person feels that showing off her body now is a hell of a lot more profitable and a hell of a lot more sensible than what she's doing. Than what she was doing. And that says a lot. So, to sell your body and to sell what you're doing on your body is so much more important than actually sticking with a show. Now, granted, I think Boy Meets World obviously got canceled.
At some point.
So nobody got... But my point is, she could have continued on.
Eddie's stealing my gimmicks, motherfucker.
See, he used to steal mine, but I can't.
Next week, Eddie is on tap to bring gimmicks.
But I'll say this, like I said,
it'll be a very potent gimmick.
It'll be you better be something
socially acceptable now, and it's so welcomed now that you can leave Hollywood, you can leave a sitcom like that, and not have a fear in the world.
You know what I think a lot of it has to do with too is when you start doing, because now there's a group. There's a page called OnlyFans that you can set up. It's almost, connected to your Twitter. I think the fact that the money goes directly to you plays a lot into it. So there's no agent cut, there's no producer cut, et cetera, et cetera. A lot of the adult film stars are doing that now. Like if you ever go on Twitter, most of the content they're producing now is on their own little
and
snap.
They share the shit out of it, so it's all over the fucking place. You know what I'm saying?
I listen to I listen to a couple podcasts that actually have to do with adult cinema, so I know something about this. I listen to the Rialto Report,
not you.
I know. And Holly Randall, who's a porn director, I've been watching her podcast, and she interviews people. And one interview with an adult film star, Tom Byron, from way back in the 80s, says the biggest thing
wasn't John Cuban?
No. He says one of the biggest things was when it first started, there was only a dozen of them or so doing these movies, and
everybody knew you.
Yeah, they
everybody
knew each
fucking
other.
Knew their names, but even we knew them.
It got to that point.
Right.
And they didn't know how to do this gonzo shit, so they thought they had to make these movies, and they were like sitcoms almost.
Right.
So there were stars. He said there's no real stars anymore.
Right. No, there isn't. There isn't.
They all, if you notice, it becomes a generic term. Oh, she's a porn star. He's a porn star. When in reality, you know who the stars were.
Right.
And there's none of that anymore now with the internet. And he also
They're not even stars. These are homemade videos that are getting tossed up there. 9 times out of 10, that's what these fucking porns are. 9 times out of 10, it's either it's some chick getting fucked in a taxi. It's some chick getting fucked on the casting couch. It's another one. Oh, I'm sleeping with my mom.
Oh my God! What is up with that?
I know, right? Daddy sleeps with whatever the. It's like this is like the fucking craze. But these aren't like the porns we used to watch. We used to actually sit there and watch these cheesy ass fucking movies
because they were hilarious. Star Wars. Now it's like they have these parodies though, which are funny. Called "This is not Star Wars XXX." Right. This is not Bill and Ted's XXX. Actually, rest in peace. Joni Lorner was the She-Hulk. Hot shit. But
I'm really upset that you brought up Joni Lorner as the She-Hulk because that was just literally the worst fucking porn film ever. Next to
so you've seen it, but you've seen
next to
but you watched it.
Next to One Night in China, which Ed, I want to hear your.
That was One Night in China was just
dude. That
was that wave of I got a sex tape,
right?
You know,
it started with fucking Paris Hilton.
You remember the fucking
not only Paris Hilton, but you want to go back to Tommy Lee and Pamela Anderson.
You remember that movie from it was the late 80s, early 90s, The New Adventures of Pippi Longstocking?
Oh my God.
That chick's got a fucking sex tape.
Yeah.
She's fucking hot though. I watched it twice. Busted once. But but here's the thing though, that's all she does now. You go on her Twitter, she's just selling autographed pictures.
Right.
And she's milking I was Pippi Longstocking. I got fucked in the ass on video.
Yeah. Now go to my Patreon and get a little slice of that video.
Oh, she's got her own store. She just has her own merch.
Yeah. Oh, no, exactly. I see it all the fucking time, dude. You can't help it. It's like you sitting there scanning through Twitter. You got sports. Somebody's posting up some cool, because I got Warhammer and shit like that. Oh, that's a cool painting. Then all of a sudden, somebody liked this and retweeted somebody getting fucked in the ass. And you're like, oh, check that out.
I mean, on the Dungeons and Dragons YouTube channel, Satine Phoenix hosts games. She does live plays and she does little videos. She used to be a porn star.
Yeah.
One of the players in a couple of her games, Misty Dawn, used to be a porn star. Now she does cosplay stuff.
Griffin, the other one, she's a cosplay fucking porno D&D player.
If you want to go further, and Eddie and I were just talking about this before you arrived, when I was doing WrestlingOnline.com, Christy Mist, who was a valet, if you will, in quotation.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Was a porn star, and I didn't know that until halfway through our conversation, where she said, "Oh yeah, I used to do porn, but the promoter thought wrestling was in my background, yada yada, Fernum." I looked her up, and I found out she won a lot of awards, where she got peed on, she got all of this craziness.
Oh yeah,
but Christy was like proud of it. I was the best Europhragia. Look up Europhragia if you don't know what I'm talking about. But
so much to look up today.
She got peed on. And I'm like, wow, that sounds awesome. Then I looked it up and I'm like, that doesn't sound too fucking awesome.
Imagine if Samuel L. Jackson was a porn star. No. Didn't you see my movies? She peed on me. The bitch peed on me.
Motherfucker. Well, let me now porns and I like where you're going with the star thing, because literally anybody out there can do it. I mean,
if you got one of these,
oh yeah,
you can be a porn star.
They actually play D&D like online on YouTube. They'll be sitting there in their bra, in their panties, drinking wine and rolling D20s.
Yes.
And they know they're getting a gazillion viewers because people are just looking at titties, and that's it. They don't give a fuck about it. They're just hoping something slips.
She is a good dungeon master, but yeah, I did. That's the first thing I noticed.
Yeah.
But we gotta talk about the cosplay, how that's exploded. There are people making money on their Patreon just doing the cosplay stuff. Some of the video game streamers. I watch Zombie Unicorn. She does body painting.
Oh my god!
And she's amazing.
I don't know if it's the same one, but yeah, some of them. Yeah,
she did Daphne, and she did.
Oh yes,
Velma.
Yep.
Painted herself and stuff.
Yep.
And
she's the one that does it to herself, though, right? Doesn't she? Yeah.
Does it to herself on her Twitch.
Yep.
She's sitting there painting herself.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, and like if you give her like $2, she'll talk to you. And it's like, holy fuck. And obviously that's not porn, but it's still sex.
It's yeah,
you know?
exactly. Like I was saying earlier, sex sells. It's one of those things that
it's funny too. I remember because I've actually talked to her a couple times on Instagram, and she was doing this video, and she was just crying like, people think I'm just a sexual game streamer. And I said, who gives a fuck if you are?
Yeah.
Just fucking do it.
If you're making money and if you're fucking good at it and it's something that people enjoy doing.
It's like whatever. You are building value for somebody that's willing to pay for it. Who cares?
It's like a yellow duck coming up to me crying and saying, I'm a yellow duck.
Everybody keeps treating me like a duck.
What do you want me to say, dude? You're a fucking duck. Go be a duck. Go quack and be a fucking
like
duck.
A duck. You're
Look,
a duck.
if you have huge tits and you can fucking play a fucking mean game of D&D, do it. Fucking do it.
Yeah.
Who the fuck cares? Especially in a day and age where you can literally be, I love this person, getting their fucking ass, a nice perfect ass shot with your dick going into them with your fucking camera, and then 2 weeks later posting that shit on some fucking vicious fucking revenge site.
Wow.
This is the world that we live in right now. If you didn't know me better, and if we weren't that close, you could literally be watching my dick fuck something else in a revenge site if you ever went there.
Reverse the same.
Exactly.
Done.
Exactly.
Because I deleted those videos.
We don't know what we're watching in there. And 9 times out of 10, people are fucking...
That's why I tell people, be careful what you put on the fucking internet. Careful what you share over the internet. Because you could end up on someone's Pornhub.
Right, exactly.
I found out a good friend of mine did a video for like Bang Bros or something. I was like shocked as hell. Still watched it, but I was shocked as hell.
I watched the shit.
I did watch the whole thing. Just like, oh god, she was a good friend before she moved. I at least owed her a chance. But she goes, I'm telling you, I think it's his phone. But she like all the time she's on her Twitter like, oh, I just saw my face on a box cover, yay. She only did the one video. But yeah, the fetishes. Oh my god, the fetishes are crazy.
See that's where the shit gets real and it gets weird. I mean, look, I knew about the toe sucking fetish and
you know what? That's not really a fetish in my opinion.
See, for me, that's kind of like
sometimes in the heat of the moment you suck on toes. Sometimes I don't,
no, that's what I'm saying. I mean,
I don't.
For me, that's but like going back to that peeing thing. Or people like shitting on people, or doing the weird ass other fucking
the scat videos and shit. I saw that once and like remember the 2 girls 1 cup, which turned out to be fake, but
but even though we knew it was fake, the thought of it, the thought of it, dude.
Knowing that some people are probably doing that,
knowing that more than some people are probably doing that. Because when you look at that video and it says 1 million hits, that means 1 million people watch that. Not one person watched it 1 million times. 1 million people.
1 million.
I had a friend who was obsessed with this horse fucking a guy to death video.
Oh Jesus Christ,
like,
dude!
He like, this is funny. I'm like,
am I really listening to this?
That's not fucking funny. And it's like, I'm sorry if you're laughing at that. Part of you is excited by it. That's my opinion.
Oh my god!
Because if you see a horse fucking some guy to death,
just listening to you go, oh, you see this guy getting fucked to death by a horse?
There's just nothing. Nothing I could think of that'd be like, why would I want to watch a horse fuck a guy?
That sounds like a fucking horror scene out of It.
A funny story. There was a guy, I won't say his name, who, when I was in high school, was accused of having sex with a horse. Strangely enough, this is not my phone. Eat shit, Eddie. Fuck you. Your mom, and I love your mom, by the way. Hello, Mama Focus. But at the end of the day, I don't know if this guy ever did or didn't or what have you, or Schneebitz Fernum. A couple years later, I go into the Army. I was never in the Army. Don't believe the hype. And a guy from Granby, his name was Doug Apperson. Lee Bozeman will remember this guy. We all sat in a bar on base in Fort Jackson, South Carolina, and listened to this story in great detail about how a guy from his town fucked a horse, and then it was like prosecuted. He was animal cruelty and all this bullshit, and we're stunned. We're like, what the fuck? I know that's not what we're talking about with adult film and porn and gimmick and schnibbits, but fuck, if we weren't just enthralled by the goddamn story. We're a guy fucked a horse? Are you kidding me?
I mean, first of all, that horse is probably doped up because...
If that horse is still alive, I'd love to have him on the show.
Let me tell you something, dude. I was in Boag.
Him, her, schnibbits.
Horses do not let you just fucking sneak up on them, dude, all right? They looking for your ass.
Thank you.
Fucking mile away, bro. So no, he was already.
Or they're used to something bigger.
No, or that horse knew him very fucking well.
You also know the horse has got a fucking yardstick hanging
off
of its sack.
Why
would you let a horse do that to you?
Oh my Jesus donuts!
Forget the fact. What do they weigh? Like 900, 1,200 pounds,
give or take. Yeah.
So this thing mounted the guy and did this, and you just hear the guy go, and this dude is laughing. I'm like, how can you fucking watch this? This has got to be illegal. I was like, get this off the fucking monitor.
There's a market for everything, whether it's a 55-year-old guy fucking some kid from his church. If he, look, I'm a church-going guy, but I'm also not
as much as we fucking go against.
Oh, here we go.
Fucking child pornography. It's fucking still very live and still very much out there.
If you ever catch one of those old Tracy Lords videos on the internet floating around, you're watching child porn.
Yeah, she's
she was underage.
16, 17
14,
at that
15,
time, right?
16.
No, I think it was 16, 17.
Yeah.
She started 16. She had good 2 years. She did one legal movie when she was 18 that she owns exclusive rights to.
Yeah.
She knew what she was fucking doing.
Oh, yeah.
But
speaking
of church, there's been this trend now of Mormon
Please don't
porn.
make me punch you. Oh, Mormon you
porn.
got me. I'm in. I'm in.
These fundamentalist Mormon
Next
porn.
to the Mormon Scientologists are the
videos are
top.
always the same. It's a bunch of women in white, just serving two fucking Mormon guys, and they just fucking bang all of them, and it's they're all wearing white and the magic underwear and all that.
Of course
shit.
they are.
It's fucking insane. There's a niche for everything.
I don't push my religion on either of these guys.
Hey, I fucking would love that. That'd be fucking. Are you serious? I mean,
oh yeah, the fundamentalists.
They got it down.
Mormons are.
I'm with you.
They got it down. Look, you got multiple people bringing in an income into one house,
and they have to give 10%.
So far, so good.
Or no, they have to give half to you, 10% to the church.
So far, so good. Good.
Well, there you go. I mean, I didn't know it worked out like that. I thought it was you all kind of contributed to the house, and if you have say four people contribute,
that's technically you're contributing to the house, but you got to watch Big Love.
I don't push my religion on either of these guys. There are certain things that I set back and say, okay, you guys take the reins. It's all good. But at the end of the day, if you're fucking a fucking 6-year-old, no, and no, or 12-year-old or 14-year-old.
No, that's not
what's
what
illegal.
Child porn is actually kids doing
right. But
you
got to be 18 to be in porn.
Yeah.
Exactly. But overall, there's age of
sign a contract.
Oh, age of consent.
There's age exactly there. That's what I was going to. There's age of consent laws in every state, which most of them are minimally 16. I know a lot of states are 18, 19, 21, what have you. But if you're filming and you're fucking a 12-year-old, I hope you fall into a vat of acid and everything you have is rendered for glue for fucking whatever.
I think you're referring to the Catholic thing.
Pretty much.
Age of consent actually doesn't apply to them because they're in a position of authority. So
horseshit. I'm not hitting the button.
You have to be 18 to consent to sex with a priest. I know it sounds fucked up, but
wow.
You'd have to be a legal adult because a priest has some authority being in your church.
I'm a father. and a stepfather of right now a 10-year-old and a 13-year-old. There's nothing that I want less in this world than having to find out that they were violated on film for this bullshit. Look, if you're a NAMBLA member, fuck you. If you're someone who thinks that fucking a child is okay, fuck you. I think you'd agree with that. I think you'd agree with that too. If you're not over 18,
we
kiss
spoke our-
all the dicks in the bag. Empty the bag, kiss all the dicks, put them back in the bag, then empty the bag again and kiss all the dicks again. And that's just because I'm a father and a stepfather to two females. However, there are some females in states where the age of consent is 16 or better. I say that with so much just fucking rancor in my heart. Where if you're 16, 17, 18, you want to go into this business, you have the right to go into this business. But not at 13, not at 12, not at
You
9,
can't make decisions
not
at
at
that age.
anywhere.
You just
Exactly.
Well, you got to be able to
Thank you.
sign a contract.
Yeah,
and Minors
exactly.
can't sign contracts.
No.
So-
And you need
I
your
think-
parents, and if your parents are fucking signing for that, then they're fucked up, and they're
Thank you.
actually
Well, then they're
letting-
complicit.
Yeah, exactly.
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 They're
Well,
complicit by the law.
What about that cross-dressing kid who was like dancing
Oh, for the love
at
of
the
Christ, I
all
was
review
waiting for this
and-
until, do you know what's fucked up?
and like took a picture next to a naked guy? Like
Yeah.
Horseshit.
that's it. Here's the thing. This is what they said would not happen.
Just
It's exactly what's
It's
fucking
like, It's
happening.
like just let this happen and this won't happen.
Yeah.
But it's happening.
But it
And
did
there
happen.
people are pushing back. Like why I mentioned it last week.
How
people,
dare you?
People at Twitter are calling people who hate pedophiles bigots.
Yes.
There are people on Twitter doing that right now.
I'm sorry, what?
They're calling them bigots.
Aren't these the same people that are saying that pedophilia is now a sexual orientation?
Yeah.
The fucking cunts. And I'll say that. Cunts.
Hey, if it's an orientation, call me a bigot.
Well, then you're a bigot,
That's
and I'm
pretty
a
much-
bigot
pretty
too,
much
and I
right
have
there
a
with you,
feeling
bro.
that
I
this
mean,
guy is a
seriously.
bigot too.
I have a
Absolutely.
problem with someone who will have sex with a child.
No, absolutely. That's they can't-
If you feel you have those urges, if you have not hurt somebody, I suggest you get help.
no,
pretty
there's-
much.
There's a lot like we've said before. There's I like the commercials that are going out right now where they're talking about. I think it was Nick Jonas had it where he was like, forget about just or no, not forget, but when you're going to see the doctor, talk about your mind as well. I think
Yes.
I think nowadays people are afraid of speaking about what's inside their head. Whereas when we were growing up as kids, we didn't have that option. We had a school counselor, and the school counselor spoke to us all the fucking time. Now, if you didn't want to talk to the school counselor, you didn't have to. But at the same time, I mean, you kind of got out of class for about a half hour, so you had to talk to him about something.
Honestly, my high school counselor, if I wanted to feel worse about myself, I would see my high school counselor.
Then he didn't do his job,
No.
Right?
well.
As someone who every Monday goes to see a therapist to fix my own internal problems, gimmick, Schnibbitsfernum, I agree with that. Go see
Absolutely.
a counselor. Fix what's going on in your
Fix
head.
your
If
mind
you
and your
think-
body.
Exactly. If you think there's something going on that you can't control, go see a counselor. Look, I'm 46 years old. I go see a counselor every Monday, 10 a.m. It's the same thing every week. I'm a better man for it since June of this past year. I am a better person for it. But at no point in that is there anything, and I'm speaking for just myself, where I have this urge to fuck a 6-year-old. No. I'm talking about my own demons. If that's your demon, that's great. Fix yourself. But don't put it out there for the world to see on the internet because it's not only immoral, illegal, there's just too many.
Well, people are looking
Oh
for
my
clarification for what they do, as quick as it may be,
Yeah.
as slow as it may be. or
That's what scares me
whatever.
about this step parent porn. That's what like fucking concerns me. Stepsister brother
Yes.
stuff.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Is it? I hate to think that media influences culture. I like to think culture influences media.
I
But
don't. I
there's
think you're right on the
certainly a
first.
level.
Yes.
I think there's a level of desensitization if I'm saying that wrong.
I think
You're right.
I think you're absolutely right in the fact that I think 65% of Americans and probably about 55% of the world actually does believe social media controls their family and controls what they actually.
Well, I mean, just like media, and not
Yeah.
just social, but like so the porn, the
Yeah.
movies, whatever. I don't like to think that what they say in NWA, our music reflects our reality.
Yeah.
So I like to think that's where it comes from. That being the case,
Oh, you
why
think
are
that's
so
art?
many? Why
No.
are so many people turned on by the idea
Because
of fucking
people-
their stepbrother or
Because
stepsister?
people are that fucked up and they're doing it, dude.
All right, I want
That's
to
why.
bring this to the table before we close out. Jason Alexander, Jace Alexander, a director on the wildly popular series Law and Order, was arrested today on child pornography charges,
Yep.
accused of possessing and disseminating videos of young girls engaging in sex acts. He is 50. He is from New York. He was accused of using an internet torrent service to send a video in June that
Dark web.
showed a 12 to 13-year-old girl stripping and masturbating, according to court documents. He also had a video file of a 6 to 8-year-old girl performing a sexual act on herself. This is what bothers me. As the father and stepfather of females, this bothers me.
Well, he's a
This-
50-year-old man
Thank you.
who has nothing but money,
Uh-huh.
can hide anything, and he's used to hiding. Trust me, if he's doing this now, and he's getting
been doing it.
right, and he's getting
Yeah.
ballsy about putting it on the internet, not only has he done it, he's proficient at it, and he's become so ballsy, he's not even afraid anymore.
Exactly.
And that's what got him caught. The
Uh,
funny thing, and I'm not going to say funny, I should say the redundant thing here is you said Law and Order, right?
Yeah, that was the show
Yeah.
he was a producer on.
Right, exactly. So
When I
SVU?
when I saw, wait.
was just
When I
thinking that.
saw the headline, I said, "Oh shit, not Dick Wolf," because at the end he said,
Right.
"Dunk dunk, Dick Wolf." No, it's Jason Alexander. Furthering, he was charged with promoting a sexual performance by a child and possessing an obscene sexual performance by a child. He faces a maximum of 7 years in prison. He posted a $10,000 bail, and he's due in court not too long from now on February 19th. Now, if any of us, and I'm going to say this with a tinge of just fucking sarcasm right here, if any of us had these charges, would we be out on the street right now?
If you had enough money, yeah.
Ed?
Somebody posted bail? Sure.
I think it's horseshit.
What was his bail set at?
He paid $10,000, so it's obviously $100,000.
Now, here's the thing, and this sucks. You're still innocent until proven guilty.
Mm-hmm.
The question is not what he may have done; it's whether he's a flight risk.
Okay.
Yes, exactly.
That's what the
if you
bail
have
is set
fuck
on.
you money, like you've been working on Law and Order, you
Yeah,
have
you could-
fuck you money.
you could be a
you could
murderer.
be gone tomorrow.
and- No, you can be a murderer and not.
It's
I have
actually
anything.
being famous. It's harder for him to hide
Exactly.
because we have extradition with a lot of countries. With look at the only guy who's really gotten away with it is fucking what's the guy, the director dude, Chinatown. Polanski.
Roman Polanski.
Yeah. Even though they almost had him.
They did almost.
Yeah. But no.
Nas, yo, Nas. All right, so we're gonna wrap this up with a quick little thought. Porn industry obviously has grown incredible,
Leaps and bounds.
and like you said, with internet, with social media,
Mhm.
with being connected.
We should throw out porn is usually the first to adopt the new technology.
oh
Yes.
yes,
It's always the first one.
sometimes not always in the benefit of us.
No.
Funny. I hate to step on anybody, but somebody sent me a link where it's like VR. If you have VR glasses,
Yes.
you could look
have-
around. You could look down at the woman's gimmick, and you could look at the man's gimmick, and you could do all that fun stuff.
Oh, it's
VR
gotten there.
Got one at Fiverr.
VR porn is out there.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy how they're ahead of the curve, whereas us, where if we had VR, all you'd see is like us, I guess.
Well, they got a lot of the VR's coming along. They actually have games coming out, and there's
Right.
it's
But porn is
pretty-
ahead of the curve.
Oh, it's always been, and don't ever think it
You know
won't
what?
ever not be.
The first time I thought porn was ahead of the curve was somewhere around 97, 98. I went into a video place. I was living in Indiana at the time, and they have the curtain, but they have a book at the front of the counter where you could look through the porn selections. Of course, I always look for something like for fantasy football names. It's always the best place.
Yeah.
Edward Penis Hands was one of my favorite fantasy football names. But there it was. NWO. Nude World Order. And I realized porn is ahead of the curve.
Oh yeah,
What is he doing?
he's
with that
doing the
phone?
VR porn thing.
Oh, let's have VR Loki and Jabroni.
Yeah, there's no video. We can do this.
No, we
So
yeah,
you can
let's rock
literally
and
go
roll.
around the room and find out what's going the fuck on.
Right? You want to
this-
see
this
my
is on-
gimmick? Let me stand up. Hold
This
on.
is on spankbang.com.
Spankbank.com.
You
Look at
press-
my gimmick.
You press here
Yep.
and hang on. Where is it?
You done broke your shit.
Oh, it's not popping up. But normally you press here, you select the VR goggles you have, and it'll
Oh.
adjust the video to them.
And that's pretty cool.
This is one of my favorites with Brooklyn Chase.
Okay, he's gonna play some.
Yeah, see, and it moves.
Got the fucking hiccups. This is bullshit.
Oh,
See?
yeah.
Wow.
And they use
Badoink.
But
and
doink.
they use that. Yeah, they.
You can get a pair of goggles at $5 ones, and you put your phone in.
Really? All right, he's gonna show us this gimmick. We see a bed.
There she
we
is.
see. Look at this gimmick.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
And you it's not doing it too well because it's just on my phone. But
Is she
if you
Hispanic? Because I got a Hispanic gimmick that I have.
No, I don't know that. I think she
No,
has
she's
her-
blonde.
well,
Damn it.
her hair's dyed. I think she's like
Sign
part Cuban
this.
or something. But
Tell
yeah.
me you're okay.
I think she's pretending to be a real estate agent.
All right.
Yeah. We love them pretenders.
But
Right?
yeah, this is free.
Yep.
You can go in there and do it. So
Hot shit in the morning.
Like we said, man, it's always something. They're always trying to upgrade it, and I mean, it's never gonna go away, man. Sex
All
is
right.
always gonna be here.
Absolutely. Next week, we're going to talk about the end, or what we think is the end, going into the Super Bowl of Chiefs versus Patriots, Saints versus Rams. We'll have some other fantastic things to talk about going forward next week. Mike, you got anything you want to tell the people before we close out?
Well, make sure you guys are dropping by that website, lookingjabroni.com. There's all kinds of interesting things, and there's going to be surprises and little hints leading up to an upcoming event that we have.
Actually, as you say that, also check out as the website builds Basement Quest. This man, Loki, his look into the video or tabletop gaming world. You can also check out C&J Speedway Review, which is the NASCAR podcast. Not
Just came
this
back
Wednesday.
last week.
Yeah, exactly. But not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday. We have local driver Joey Cernulo chiming in on what it's like to race in the Northeast, but also what he thinks of the current NASCAR Top 3 Series population. And in just 3 weeks, my journey with music, my actual music podcast, which I decided this today. At the end of the podcast, before I lead out, I'm going to have producer's choice. Eddie's going to have one song that he could have for the world to hear. And Eddie, I hope you bring the game every single week.
It'll be like Kanye.
baby
one
shark
week.
do 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 do.
Baby shark do 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 do. That's a great song.
Hey, made top
Especially-
100 of all time.
There's like-
exactly.
I know about 4 or 5 remixes. We'll play it like every week.
just goes to show you where we're headed, man.
And I'm hoping
Baby Shark made top 10 of all time.
I'm hoping that when we record the bumpers
You
every
realize
week,
that's up there with Think
yes,
by Aretha Franklin.
every
You're realizing this, right, people? Like, hello.
That's a great point. Every week we're going to record this before the Loki and Jabroni show. We're going to record the bumpers. Then Eddie will drop in the music. I'm hoping that Mike shows up a little early and he can throw in a song that he wants to play every single week. This is all one network, one family, one love. And if you show up early enough, I'll throw you a song or two. I have no problem with that.
2 songs. Or
2
3
songs?
Or 4.
Show up early enough, I'll make it happen.
All right, guys. Like I said, make sure you go check out that website. Patreon, make sure you go by there. We haven't seen that $1,000 donation for the freaking
No, it's still
wild
up
turkey
there.
Wild
night.
turkey.
Yeah, the wild turkey night. Still up there, man.
Part of me is like, thankfully, we haven't seen $1,000 donation.
But I mean, if it shows up there, man, you never, and then
Right now, the mayor of Middletown's got her fucking credit card. You're gonna fucking talk about porn, huh?
Hey,
Fucking
really?
teach you
Seriously?
$1,000, drink it.
Yep, we'll do it, and we'll take. If you want to do the whole show on feminism with us doing stupid body shots off each other, that's what happens.
Whoa, that's not on there.
No, wait. I do a body shot off.
Body shop.
Let me try that again.
Chop.
Eric Bischoff? What?
Sounds like you've had enough.
I do a body shot off Loki.
Short.
If it meant shot. I sound like a fucking Sully right now.
Because
I
of
do-
Patriots, bro.
You're right. I do a body shot off Loki if it meant $1,000 donation to Patreon right now. Patreon.com/Loki Jabroni.
Tell you right now, folks, I'd get 3 new cameras and a video mixing board if I got $1,000 donation.
I have to ask you.
That'd be a really cool fucking show.
I have to ask you.
Yeah.
Is it just your chest and your belly button the gimmick, or do I have to go like south? Cause
No. Body shots is only like belly and stuff.
all right, thank you very much. I'm so.
What clubs did you go to?
I'm so thankful right now, guys. We love you. Loki's gonna roll us out.
Guys, have a safe and happy rest of the week. We'll be back here again next Tuesday. We love you.
Good night.
Bye.